Okay, so we want shimmers. It's on the rise though, so we didn't get any last time. So maybe we'll get some this time. We did get the playset swing big, so that was kind of nice. We also KO. It came in the mail, so I'm pretty sure it's just the deck in the box, and I kind of don't like how loose it is, right? So there's not even a cardboard filler or anything like that, but I do want to open one just to see what they put in it. Maybe I'll be surprised. I'm probably not going to be. Again, it feels like it's just the box and deck, and that's right, compared to the other products that they've put out. Even just the nice neatness and, you know, well-rounded size of the Blitz decks, I would much rather just that as the packaging than this box if there's nothing else in there. But anyway, that and probably a case and a half of Everfest, because we have the 2 boxes to finish off from last time, and then, well, we might as well do another case because 2 boxes is kind of not that much. I also do have to be a bit lower, usually. Oh, nope, that's not correct, because usually it's out more. There we go. Yeah, 3 slots, perfect. Okay, well, we might as well crack into that. I can just make this a little bit bigger too, if I remember how. Perfect. Okay. So I do know the QR code on the back just leads to the deck, well, not deck tech, the tutorial-esque and deck tech, which again, it's kind of, I mean, it helps support the secondary market community, sure. Then again, at the end of that, advertising. But in terms of the video, it is basically what I do with my combos as well, which is, you know, show off the absolute best foots. And in terms of the deck, there is some odd choices, as everyone has probably pointed out. But nonetheless, it is still, you know, again, it's not a bad deck. It's an average deck, and that therefore makes it not really competitive. But sealed, so it is fully sealed. Which again, I'd much rather if it was, you know, the same similar packaging to the Blitz, so you could keep it nice and neat without having to tear through an obnoxious amount of glue, and save them money too. But it does come in a sealed cardboard little thing, which is not that sealed. So yeah, I would, in all honesty, much rather this being, you know, the normal Blitz packaging. I understand what they're doing, right? Because they're releasing them one by one. You know, having this type of box with the ridiculous amount of space and nothing else in it is, you know, a shelf filler, right? That's the whole thing. They want to impede spaces. It's like how Jack Daniels, for instance, is probably the best one to use as an example, right? So the Jack Daniels bottle compared to, and even Jim Beam started doing it too, right? The size of their bottles go out instead of up, right? Like Wild Turkey, anything like that. So that's because it takes up more shelf space, especially with, you know, the upper Jim Beams, right? They're wider, but thinner. So again, more shelf space because you're not going to put them sideways, you're going to put them label side out. But we have the KO deck with the foils. It's interesting. We will crack it open because I want the sash. Wherever the tear tab is, there more or less. The playsets are nice. Again, of new cards, yes, necessary. Wonderful to put in. But again, Humble or the deck techie cards, they could have, you know, done something with it, right? And a sideboard as well, if it's going to be an armory deck, it should probably come with a sideboard. But other than that, okay, have we been? Yep. All right, this is interesting. So I did see this was somewhat of an issue. You only get 1 foil strength rules. I wonder if it's just the clumping, but maybe you just get 1 foil strength rules, which makes me curious to look up the pricing. But obviously the ordering seems a little bit off, which I did see be somewhat of a thing for a few people. Other than that, I guess we should just double check. There's 3 beatdowns, 3, 3, 3, another 3, another 3, another 3. So you don't even get a foil playset. Huh. I'm surprised that wasn't talked about more. We did get one foil roughshod, so I'm guessing, yeah, it's just foil, foil, and then normal. Interesting. Interesting. Definitely disappointing in that aspect then, because it's, again, not really a playset. I mean, personally, I would rather just completely not foil. I don't mind foil equipment, rather, obviously, cold foil equipment, but for the deck, I hate putting in foils, in all honesty. So, yeah. But I'm curious then, if we go strength rules all, what the price is sort of settling at. Strength rules all. So the foil is 12 and the normal is $4. So that's still, you know, fairly decent, right? You get 20 bucks of value. Sash, I'm guessing, is still going to be ridiculous. Savage Sash. Yeah. So the Sash being, you know, greater than the box or even equivalent to the box probably shouldn't be a thing, but it is. I suppose... Well, yeah, because just stock's limited. Yeah, no, because I was going to say, in any situation, even if you just wanted the Sash, you'd still be better off, you know, obviously, buying all the cards. But still, so, kind of okay. I guess, while we're at it, we should just check. Run roughshod. Run roughshod. $10 for the foil, that is interesting. Well, again, we should really go off of averages from the high. Foil is sitting at around $8, and I can't scroll down enough because not enough of sold, but we can do that. So again, I mean, technically it has positive EP if you can get it for the recommended price. Other than that, still decent. I mean, what did I pay? I paid 55, which is actually under the recommended here in Australia, since it's meant to be 60, and we basically can just divide it by 1.5, because I think we're still in a shitty position. God, I remember when the dollar was, you know, so close to the US and everyone was so happy here in Australia, and now it's just hit the bed again. What was it saying? 55 divided by 1.5. Yeah, so $35. That's the US recommended, I believe, right? 35? Anyway, on to Everfest. So the two last boxes, I believe we ended up getting... Did we get the legendary in this case or the case before it? So I don't know if we'll get anything good. Again, I'm still yet to pull a Majestic Extended Art. We'll see. I also kind of feel bad for Dynasty. So I did see the new mask for New. That just, it seems way better, especially than Mask Predation, I should say, right? And Mask Predation is just, it's like $140 for a Majestic Cold Foil. Hey, Oda. Ooh. Oda? No, how would you say it? Odaru? Correct me, please. I'm so bad with phonetics. Anyway, let's see what we can pull. So, what we care about is the back. Well, actually the foils, because maybe we can do something with them. Let's take out the foils. Other than that, the commons are just meh. Definitely don't need more of them. I have so many boxes of filler. And then just two rares, so don't even need them either. Don't care about the foils and the M's. Hopefully we can get something. Foil silver. Kind of nice, but I am sort of on a quest to get 10 cold foil silver, right? I'm at 4. It's annoying because here in Oz they're kind of hard and I can just see the listing on TCG Player, and yeah. Oh well. Other than that, it's fine. I'll slide into the Melody deck, right? I can have 4 cold foil, 6 normal. It kind of sates me for a little bit. Roto Ram, Life of the Party, and an Earthball Bounty. Also going to be a fun card. Maybe it sees play in Guardian, right? A bit more than it has been. Has it? It sees play anyway for the Temper, if I'm not wrong, right? But obviously, because Mystic with the draw could be quite nice. A foil Icelander. Too bad. Too bad it really doesn't matter, because obviously, even if they, bring Icelander back, this version is not it. But still, a nice looking card, especially exactly how I have the lighting set up. So make sure I don't touch anything. That looks fantastic on camera, does it not? Let's see if we can find any other great foils to do. Oh, and a Klloo Pounder. So, obviously, there goes the Icelander. It's not foil. But Klloo Pounder is nice too. You know what I'm curious about, actually? The new Supercell card with Hyperdrivers. I wonder if that's going to see play in Dash. Old Dash, I should say. Right, with Dash putting out... can she put out a Hyperdriver? I can't remember. Does it have to be 0 cost, or is it any Mechanologist item? I think it's any Mechanologist item, right? And that's the whole power play. So, yeah. If she puts out a Hyperdriver, is that good enough odds to then run Supercell? Because obviously the play is just, you just use Max's ability, you crank it, you play a Supercell with 1, right? You can put 1 on that, you generate another, and then the next Supercell you play for 2, and on and on. You can basically just stock up for a while. And that definitely helps with the resource curve. Maybe even New Dash, because New Dash can obviously put them into play if they're on top of the deck. There might be some shenanigans with Hyperdrivers. Talisman and a Haze Bending. So far, it's okay. Not fantastic. A Cold Foil is a Helm with Sharp Eye, so it's nice enough that it's a Majestic, I gotta say then. Unfortunately, Cold Foils don't get the light, like the Rainbow Foils, apparently. Sharp Eye is kind of nice. Bash, what is it? Bash, the top card of your deck, you may play it with combat chain, activates ability only if you control a weapon. That's it. Okay, never mind. It's not actually that great. I suppose Battle Worn's nice, but there's probably better pieces by now. Ah, look at that. So, what's the comparison? You look at Everfest, is this is just climbing and climbing. Like Enigma, in terms of actual competitive play, I think Enigma is the big front runner. Just, again, being able to set up so much defense and attack, doing the same thing, is so fantastic. But yeah, so if we look at a Everfest box, right, it is sitting at 40, and they're actually sinking, interesting. 40, well, last sold was 40. That's crazy, right? Last sold $40. Wow. And then Shimmers in itself, last sold non-rainbow foil for 24. So this is half an Everfest box just from one pull. I mean, if Everfest is not in the positive, it's got to be close, which is good because there's really nothing else to do it, right? You can either sell it, most likely for a loss. You might as well have the fun of cracking it. Bingo, not quite. Bingo is such an interesting card. Like, God, if it had some more control, it'd be fantastic. But, yeah. And they reveal a card, so they get to choose. That's the big thing, right? They get to pick if this has go again, or if you draw a card. And that's just... Is that comparable in any sense? No, because in the classes where you want the card, they're obviously not going to give you the card. Classes you want to go again. I mean, in KO, it could definitely be fun, because either way, if it's, the end of your turn, then it is kind of powerful. But for everyone else, it's just, your opponent has way too much control in, obviously, a strategic game like Fab. It's not going to bode well. But conceptually, it's really good. I mean, you could whittle their hand down, right? If they have no cards, then you're screwed as well. Maybe if it had a clause like that, right? If they can't reveal a card, you get to pick or something like that. Seismic Stir, a Talisman, and Runeblood. We're still hoping for a Cold Foil Talisman or Amulet as well. Shatter. Again, big problem with Shatter is that it replaces damage. It was in addition to damage. God, that card is such good tech. But I don't think it's a loss. It's not worth the loss of tempo to, you know, maybe destroy something. Granted, you can definitely do a lot with Decimate Axe. Maybe if it had some form of buff with it. Other than that, nada. No EA yet either. Alright, Reek. Cool. There's our Cornfall Talisman, which is what we like to see. So 2 in a box, 1 normal, 1 talisman. Definitely beats... Did I can the foil? I can't remember, I did. Definitely beats just 2 talismans. Or potions. I'm kind of getting into Trinket Kano. Maybe I'll play around. And maybe I'll want playsets of the Cornfoils. Again, I don't even think I want to put them in my deck. If they're Cornfoils. Blood on a hand. We get more Copper Gen. Great. I do like the fact that specializations, you know, extend past the original iterations of characters. That is definitely nice. But it also means that, you know, we want them to reprint the same characters over and over again. So obviously, Chain and Bizet. Right, Chain cards don't matter. 8 Pockets Live. So far, we've had okay luck. We've already hit a Shimmers. So that's pretty fantastic. I'd say this box is already close to being positive in value. And thanks for popping in. Bad Beats, Arcane, and nada. Right, 3 left, but again, that Shimmers definitely helped us. I mean, Blood on our Hands, I think, is a couple dollars, if not more. Wide, and then a Swarming Gloomveil. I think that's also definitely played. With it, if you played or created 1 or more auras this turn, Swarming Gloomveil gets go again. If you have played or created 2 or more, it gets +1. If you played or created 3 or more, when this hits a hero, they can't prevent arcane damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that definitely gets played. Veiled Intentions is an interesting one, because there are some shenanigans you could probably do with Enigma, right? And Phantasmal Symbiosis plus Fractal Replication. Plus it has the whole, you know, if it's destroyed, draw a card. So I think out of the conversion cards that allow you to turn something into an illusionist attack, it's probably one of the better ones. 100 Wins as the EA. I do think it's decent, but it's not what we're looking for. Again, weirdly, I want Knick-Knack Brick-a-Brax. Just because, again, out of all the EAs, that's the card I would personally play the most. But, you know, if we get a Pulverize, I'll be unhappy with that. Or a Wildfire. Especially with Kindle coming out, Wildfire should be, you know, going back up. Alright, box 1. I'm definitely going to say we're pretty happy. There was a Shimmer in the case, considering these are the last 2 boxes from last time. Alright, collect the rubbish. The only tedious thing. I need like a shredder, since we're doing Everfest. You just shred them straight away. Or rather, just a bin for my little desk area. I don't have one. Where's the empty box? $100 Wins doesn't look too bad in terms of the foil. They foil the text box? I can never check. They don't, no. I guess it would be kind of nicer. But then, you know, it'd be hard to read, I suppose. In a few cases of Monarch, Everfest, and Tails. Sewing cards now. Prepare for Misfound in a few weeks. Yeah. That's what we're doing, basically. Although, we did Dynasty in Everfest. You get anything good from Monarch? Nourishing is probably the better hit, right? Well, actually, no, because Prism is on the rise. So Monarch is actually a great one to open. Maybe we should open some Monarch, because that's another... Again, you know, I have the unfortunate of having quite a lot of Everfest, Monarch, and Tails sitting around. But yeah, Monarch is actually definitely probably worth opening. Because even Shadow Blade, Shadow Brute, and Runeblade are coming back. But yeah, what were your pulls like? Ooh, Carrion Husk. That is definitely going to be hard to outvalue from LSS. Just, I feel like that it shouldn't be 6, it should be like 4 or like 5, maybe. And then Library 2. Library is very niche though, but it does see play, does it not? But yeah, that sounds like a very good box. The question is, how many did you do in total? But yeah, considering the price of the box, definitely can't be upset with that. I mean, that's the thing. All the value is just going to go into the cards that actually can be played. And it's definitely going to be worth sitting on tail cards, because Elemental has to come back. Right? I can't see them, you know, just getting rid of one segment of Bab, because it was done, do we say poorly or incorrectly, right? Well, definitely tweaked, so the card will still be used. Cases of Monarch, there's some other big pulls, but they're parried at the moment. Fair enough. All goes there, and nada. Yeah, down. The Fable for Suitcase is definitely good. Raxon and Passing Mirage. Did you get another legendary from Recollection? Or did you lose out on the one before? Another 100 wins. But only a Nerves of Steel so far. This box is not as good as its brethren. Nacho Grande, yellow. I'm so curious how decks can be reworked with new, right? And just the fact that if someone brings it to the competition, you gotta reduce the blues. He's bending, high striker, and just a normal Bravo. I mean, most likely for Tails, anything they print is single element. Similar to Icelander. But then Frost is also the one, if anything, they sort of stay away from. Other than that, nada. Scour. Destroy target X. Well, this could be interesting. Destroy X target aura tokens or auras with a cost of 0 controlled by target hero, and the arcane damage to that hero equal to the number of auras destroyed. This could be interesting tech in Kano and a Vexing Quillan for Enigma, right? Just blow off their board. Stir, nada. We'll look up Scowl. That might be gaining a little bit of traction. Ah, cool. So it's sideboard against Prism. Definitely makes sense. What do the Angels have a cost? Another EA. I want to say a high striker. If it was blue, kind of be happy, because then I might be tempted to play it. Again, copper is just such bad value for draw. But yeah, the popping of Ward and then obviously doing damage definitely makes it such good value. At least attention. We did get our full playset of every color last time, so I don't really care. That will be good for Riptide. And a normal Pulverize. Angels do is just extra. Fair enough. But Enigma will definitely have more targetable other auras. Just a wild ride, it looks like. Alright, a foil Knick-Knack Bric-a-Brac. And a Fire Breather. So we're hitting our stride with M's. They're just not the greatest. Desmal Haze. There's our Cold Foil. Oh, never mind. And a Majestic. A Dissolution Sphere. Whenever your hero would be dealt exactly 1 damage, prevent it. What class does that play around? I feel like they could have got away with red being 3, yellow being 2, just because of the exact clause. But I guess there are some classes that, you know, ping slightly. But even in Ninja, with the new Crouching Tiger stuff, it won't be 1s. They're things, and then a rare, and then a rare. I don't know. I feel like there won't be 1s in Zed. I mean, you got the staff to pump, and then you just have so many other fails. Plus, you'll have Art of War buffs as well. There's no way you don't just run 3. Just, you know, sack a Crouching Tiger for the buff and the draw, most likely. Right, so you can combo off even better. Slice and dice. Nada, nada. Blade Runner. Meh. Oh, another Icelander. That's not foil. I gotta say, it's like a double-edged sword, right? Because I know we all would rather them be tokens. No, what am I saying? Yeah, no, they should be tokens. I was gonna say, you want to pull them at first, but then it feels bad to pull them. If they're tokens, you don't care. Yeah, heroes, adult heroes should be tokens. I mean, it's young. This is a supplemental set. You get what I'm trying to say. It feels bad to pull it right now because even if it was still played, you definitely don't need them. I don't think they're short printed or anything like that. Alright, it's the last pack of this box. This box is not being that great, unfortunately. And it's not that great to finish off either. So, what do we even get? Icelander, Sphere, Amulet, meh. Pulverize, I guess that's okay. Vexing Quillhand is probably a few bucks. Maybe, just because it sees play every time, I think. 100 Winds Red is probably good. Swimming Glue Veil and Blood on Her Hands. And the Shimmering Silver, definitely. Other than that, I think they're all just okay. So, you know what, we'll check for once if we've done well in the box. Yeah, rares would be better. And then, you know, they short print them. And because I guess the argument against that would be if we make it rare, then in limited, every now and then you'll get a hero instead of a value card to play. In which case, you know, again, short print them. But the token makes obviously the most sense now that we have the double slot as well. And there's a way to, you know, do the weapons where you have the rotation of 3, right? You have half the time it's with a young, half the time it's with an adult, or even less if you want them specifically for limited. But yeah, they shouldn't be Majestics. Just, it's bad value for the slots, and it's just bad for the release of the set, because there's always just this clamoring to get to them. But the foil option would be nice. But yeah, probably not, right? Since the current look is, you know, rainbow foils are for promos. The old history pack EAs are now, you know, the Marvels. Well, I guess they were Marvels technically in the history pack, right? And the cold foil is like bigger promo. I do miss them being, you know, decent pulls in sets other than just the highest the Marvel. Yeah, even that, as make them not as rare as they are. But still rare. It's a tough call. I mean, the young heroes should probably be rare, right? And a bit more common. Just because they will never actually hold value anyway, unless Blitz is made super more incentivized to play at a competitive level. Heroes are just a weird thing, right? I mean, equipment in that sense too. But that was the whole point of cold foil, to give equipment its actual value. Alright, make sure it is Everfest. Yes. Good. Oh, and there's another one hiding under this. So, I still have like 3 cases in the box I just pulled this from. At the very least, we'll open this. Monarch's probably a good tool to go back to. Though it does look like the last set of the... I actually know what, I'll still call it a 50-50. It is either Arcane, especially with the Null Rune promos, and what they're doing for Mechanologist. Right, 5 of the expansion slots. Or, you know, a revisit to Aria. But the fact that this is a talented set, I'm gonna most likely guess that it's an Arcane set. Alright, what can we get? I completely skipped over looking up the cards that we did get. So we got Shimmers. Normal Shimmer is about 24. So again, that's kind of half a Tails box or a quarter, right? And then we got a Pulverize. No, we'll go off of a rough estimate. So we have Winds of Eternity Blue. Nope, 100 Winds is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so Shimmer's still the bigger hits. Followed by Blood on Our Hands at about $10. Pulverize only about $5. So we got about 1 box left. Out of, sorry, not that. Of value. Oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you hold on to Shimmers till, you know, like halfway through the season, Enigma is just going to really make it a $40 card, probably something around that. Just because it is so impactful. And you basically just always want to have it on board. I mean, even just the fact that then it's priority for your opponent's attack over, again, hitting you, popping anything you have generated, makes it good as well. Alright, new case. What legendary would we even want? I guess the Skullcap? If we go back to Arcane, Skullcap will probably go back up a little bit. Maybe. Okay. Life of the party. And nothing else to start. Still a nice looking foil. Big Shots, Lantern, Riptide. Not going to do it. Mainly because of the other combo beats. Actually, you know what? Riptide has a new respect in my eye, because there was just that new Zen card, which was if you play a Tiger, you can give it the name of any card you want, which is just absolutely insane. Depending on how easy that is to pull off, there are so many combo cards, if you can skip the start of the chain, right, more consistently and, you know, further than just the Mask of, is it Many Faces, right, that might end up actually doing well. So that's something to consider. Is Breaktide one of them? Probably not, actually. Was it? It's +3 and dominates, and when it hits, match the top card of your deck, and then you may play it. I mean, that is kind of nice. If it had Go Again, probably, but since it doesn't, that's probably the main thing that's stopping it. Clarity Potion for our first cold foil. Another reason why I just like opening boxes is, you know, you revisit cards that you probably have no recollection of until you see them again. Alright, come on, where are the M's? Smashing Good Time. What is it? Some buff of some sort. The next time attack action card hits a hero this turn, you may destroy an item they control with 2 or less. It's played from the arsenal, so it's worse plunder, basically, right? It's a buff and a destruction effect, which you might like, but probably not too useful. It's just across the board, not everyone's running items. Spectral Shield and another Blood on Our Hands. Oh, almost a playset. That's kind of nice. I don't think I'll ever really touch on Kasai, but for Cheyenne, they're nice. Opposing Visage, and a Knick-Knack, so not great dams to start off. Right? I mean, the Blood on Hands, okay. It's what? You got Swing Big still, Shimmer, Blood on a Hand, sorry, Miraging Metamor, Blood on a Hands, and then Revel as the top end. That's not horrible. Alright, Reek, Corruption, Nada, and Nada. Do we know what the odds are on the Majestic EAs? Surely, it feels like I should have gone one by now. I feel like they'd be equivalent to the Marvel, so about 1 in 3 to 4 cases. Maybe they're much higher. Skullhorn, Nada, Skullhorn, sorry. A Striker, 2 reds. Right, first half of the box gets us Nada, and some more Nadas. Wide, res. There's a Dreadbore, which is kind of okay. Yeah, and if there's a consistent way to get the aim counter on Murky Shots, I think Dreadbore, just for the complete and utter shutdown, would definitely be usable in Riptide. I mean, overall, it's just such a strong effect. Defense reaction can't be played from hand. I mean, I suppose it kind of means you don't really need Dominate, and you also leave the defense reaction in their hand for their turn. Just the arrow load up is just kind of clunky. Right. Nada. Well, actually, it's not that it's clunky. It's just that there are better ways. Wild Ride. Nada. Nada. Oh, and a Swarming Gloomveil. Which, average-wise, looks to be about $8. That's kind of okay. Bad beats. There's now 2 cold foils. Fortunately, both of them are just trinkets and bubbles. Not that great. One day they will be usable. I mean, I'd love like a alchemist sort of wizard, right? That converts items into something. That'd be kind of cool. Nada. Alright, 3 packs left for this box. Definitely been on the weaker side. 2 to go. Come on, 1 more. Yeah, that's definitely the nice thing about the game, right? Anything is possible. Oh, well, we already saw... Oh, 2 good hits. Right? Wildfire. I mean, I would honestly assume that this is probably at the top of their potential ban list for Wizard, depending on what they print, right? Because just, this is way too much applicable damage on your opponent's turn. If they want to make, you know, playing on your opponent's turn a real thing, then it can't be Aether Wildfire. It needs to be similar to Aether Flare. But till then, wonderful hit. And another Shivers, of course, which is fantastic, because now we're 1 away from a playset. That'll definitely help. Hopefully the last one is not foil. Big shots, and doesn't really matter. Again, that was kind of nice. The Aether Wildfire, where does it sit, though? That's the question. Although I assume it's not actually played in current Kano. Maybe it is. But it's still nice damage. But there's probably better things to do. Right? Because this is definitely just your combo off step. With Kindle, it's definitely kind of a lot better, right? Somehow you have all 3 Kindles in your hand. It's just potentially 3 extra pumps of Kano's ability, plus then 3 extra damage to start it off and get over any arcane barrier. So it is slightly going up. But I think I only had one, so it's definitely good. One more of that too. Although, foil, again, meh. Alright. So, want out L. Or Strabo. I do have like 3, I think, Strabos. It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if I'd rather the legendary hits, but I guess I should have got rid of him. Is probably the better way of putting it. I mean, the hope was with Living Legend that he would be on the rise again, but again, just from a support just from a support perspective, right? They could have really just done something tournament-wise to actually make Living Legend insane. Same with Blitz. Again, they can artificially inflate it, so it has the same incentive as Class Constructor, and I think that would be more than enough to, again, pump the popularity. I mean, there's definitely... well, there's a normal Strabo. There's definitely people out there who just enjoy Blitz because of the pace and the speed, right? I mean, tournaments would be fairly quick, depending on the deck. There are some that can just go way longer. I mean, Enigma's one of them now, too, I think. I think she can really slow play Blitz. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll sort of correct the timing for Blitz and then start really pumping the incentives to play it. But Living Legend should have come out of the gate running. I mean, it was kind of okay. I think the prize money was awful, but the statue was kind of cool. But then it was also kind of funny that it was all Stravos playing for a Prism statue. Statuette. That's the correct way of saying it, no? Ready to roll. Again, they have a return KO to Gambler days. Other than that, meh. Not worth the slot, definitely. And another Icelander. God. The 2 M's being heroes feels bad. Feels very bad. Come on. Want one more Shimmers. And then just swing big. Over and over. Steadfast and a Rolling Thunder. I mean, Rolling Thunder is definitely a cool effect, right? Pay 1, get anywhere from 1 to 6 extra damage. Maybe if it had Intimidate, similar to the other dice effects, right? Then it would be worthwhile to play. Actually, yeah. If it had Intimidate along, well, even if it was Intimidate if you've rolled X, you know, a 4, 5, or 6 or something, then I think it would see play. But in just KO shenanigans, definitely a fun card. Or if it was like a blanket effect every time you roll. God, yeah, that would be the funnest card. And that would probably work in new KO as well. Well, he's rotating out. But just a brute card that was, whenever you roll the dice, you know, you gain... what would it be? Whenever you roll a dice, your next brute attack this turn gains X, where X is the number rolled. What would the cost have to be for that? It'd probably have to be a 3. 2 would probably fit better. 1 discard would probably work as well. But that would probably re-invitalize just dice shenanigans across the board. Because if you go on a nice hot streak with your dice, you could pump up something to be huge. Gold form and nada. So halfway through, again, Strava and an Icelander, neither of them special. Not that good. Good wins. Rares. Into Skirmish. Nerves of Steel. Not doing it for me either. Ooh, 1 counter from chest equipment you control. If it was any equipment, maybe, and then battle worn and tempo and equipment, you control don't trigger inspect. Or if it was A, cheaper, or B, reaction or instant speed, maybe. But is as that? No. Nope. It's funny because you can look at a card like that and go, oh yeah, this sounds so good in theory. And then you actually, you know, sit down to play and you realize it's way too much a loss of tempo. For what? For one extra block. And potentially, well, again, it's the defense attacks with 2 or less. That's kinda even worse, right? So the bottom line, battle worn and temper on your equipment doesn't trigger if a defense attack with 2 or less. I guess the meta was that at the time for them to print it. Right, another EA, but it's just a rare slice of dice. That's unfortunate. Wax on. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Again, compared to what else is banned, I feel like the game has powered up enough where that's not as terrifying as it once was. And I feel like they're printing greater than 2 power attack cards, right, for Zen? Might have to look into the ban list and give it some thought. Blue Macho. Worst card now to run as Guardian into a new. But I don't understand why she's free. I guess it's for this specific reason, so no matter the matchup, you can always play the blues. Because I guess then, if you're against Guardian, blues really wouldn't matter. Because it would just be way too costly. I mean, maybe if it was something like, you may play them for 1 this turn or something like that, so you still had to pay. But, yeah, just spend the whole game slowly whittling down your opponent's deck, build up all your chi, and then just play their turns, basically. Definitely good for the long con. Oh, there was an M. Rain Razors. Alright, zoom in. And nada. Come on. Shimmers or swing big. Shimmers or swing big. It is a Blade Runner. It is another Cold Fall Dreadball, which I do like, but we did get one last time. And then 100 wins. So, meh. Rolls are starting to get in the way. I have way too many stacks here as well. What are these? What were these? These are Majestics, but from another time, it looks like. Or, actually, I think they're playsets I'm trying to pull out. God, where can I put them? I don't lose track of them. I'll put that over there, and need to get rid of the giant pile. I need one of the, there we go, perfect. Empty Everfest boxes. I have way too many boxes like this, just full of cards. Okay, 2 boxes to go. One more Shimmers or a... Oh, is that right? Why don't we just take a little walk, shall we? Don't mind the mess, but you mean those? And they're all full, by the way. And there's more in my car. I just haven't brought them up because we moved earlier in the year and I really can't be asked if they're goddamn heavy when they're full. And I also have the other count boxes, the single rows. But I do open a lot of Fab. All on the dime of MTG. Thankfully. At least for the longest time. But yes, they are definitely worth every dollar. And one day they will probably just be full of foils and M's, or at least one of them. But at this point, I just find it easier just to put them back into the box of the case. Even if it's not as nice or easy to go through. Also mess this up now. Is it over there? That'll kind of do. Is that part of the playmat? No. It's like paper. Alright. Find the pools. So remember the placements. There we go. Fire breather. Started better. Be a great finisher. I mean, it still might see play in chi building, right? I mean, every chi you have turns this into what? A 4, then a 7, then a 10, then a 13. I mean, if you're just down to chi, it might be something worth cycling, but then the red definitely works against it. But it's nice because it's 3 block at the very least. Amulets. Winds of Eternity. Yeah, I'm definitely off. Is it down more? I think it was like that. Yeah, that feels comfortable. Where my hand just leans on the edge of the desk. Nada. Alright. Res. Nerves of Steel. Again. Kind of just go in the bulk portal pile. Can't ever see it being good, in all honesty. Now, recompense is something fun that I didn't realize, right? So the whenever you pitch a card, if you would gain exactly 1, instead destroy it and gain 3. Right? That wording is interesting when you have a few of them on board, right? Because you've pitched a card, you would gain 1, and then you destroy all of them. So, yeah, food for thought. Could turn 1 red into a lot of value. Although it's kind of iffy with the instead. Maybe it's not work. It doesn't work. How exactly I'm thinking. That'll definitely be insane, right? You turn 1 red into what would it be? Instead of gaining 1, you'd gain 9. Yeah. But yeah, so high roller, right? If Rolling Thunder had that similar clause. It doesn't need the blanket intimidate, but if you roll X, whatever X is, again, probably a 4, 5, or 6. And I think that's a passing mirage from the image, but no, it's a haze bending. Never mind. Nada. Ready to roll again. Striker. Res. This case is not looking so hot. Oh, Runic Reclamation. 3 for 7, is that worth it? Destroy any aura is kind of nice. Guess in the purview of if we're thinking Enigma is actually going to dominate, then it's probably worth it. Because it's also, you know, potentially either a decent chunk of popping, or you hit something of value. I mean, technically, she could dump it into a Spectre. Wait, does Spectre stop the chain resolving? And hit effects resolving? I can't remember. Actually, I think it does. So never mind that tangent. Steadfast into nothing. Slice and dice. Another wildfire. That's decent. One more of that and one more of Shimmers, and we have ourselves our playsets. Go. Nada, nada. Zoom in, even though it's pretty. Not that great. Alright, was it? When you attack with zoom in, opt X, where X is the number of times you've boosted this combat pain. Yeah. Mainly because of the 2 costs. Another EA, fortunately, is just a pick card. It is blue, so I would run it. Oh, and a swing big. So that is definitely better. I do think, though, it's definitely going to be overtook, right? In KO, I feel like there is definitely better stuff you can take instead of swing big. But maybe once KO rotates out, then you'll just want it for Big Rhino. Oh, we got an Earthlore Bounty as cold foil. That I am curious to look up. I do kind of like the wacky nature of just the random inserts of, you know, sometimes it's the bigger art. Like, they basically just, obviously, depending on the size of the text, go from there. That is kind of nice, right? So the Stalagmite is the same. But the Earthlore Bounty EA is on a horrible downfall, apparently. I guess people are cracking them and then no one wants them. A year ago, actually it spiked, interesting. What was released around here that made it spike? Bright Lights was a bit later, was it not? And then Heavy Hitters was here-ish? Actually, yeah, I'm guessing that's it. So it spiked into Heavy Hitters, and then you just didn't want it. So, it's a nice looking card. With a character we might hopefully see one day. Yeah, so it was speculated for Heavy Hitters, and then didn't pan out, unfortunately. Alright. So, in terms of pulling cold foils from Everfest, it is something you want, rather than just trinkets and baubles. Okay, lucky last case. Sorry, box of the case. EA, M, Legendary, or even just a Shimmer. Alright, just so I can have the playset. Pretty please. The swing, and no Majestic. Well, it's Illusionist. It is a rare, unfortunately. Taunting me. Signal Jammer. The beginning of your action phase, destroy it and remove Steam count from... Wait, destroy it unless... That's not the clause I want to read. Each hero can't play more than one non-attack action card this turn. That would actually be good deck tech against all the new Mystic heroes, right? Because they definitely want to play non-attack actions. Skirmish into nothing. Nada, followed by some more. Another, unfortunately, ban card, but for a right reason this time, so draw a card for each arcane damage dealt this way. God, that with Amp now, right? Amp, I can't remember if it is Wizard next time you deal, or it's your next non-attack. I should also realize that there's a listing for $73. Weird. Especially when you can see the last sold. But yeah. 8th Vein was insane. If it was an instant, right, that simple change would probably be enough. Which, actually, something I'm really curious about is if they're going to lean more into erratas. I know it being obviously a paper card game, that comes to difficulty, but they had a kind of a big spiel, or not a big spiel, but just every time they mentioned, updates for their new database in terms of policies, banning, restrictions, they did continuously say erratas, but I would assume that's more for, ruling changes similar to the action point shenanigans. Was that new? I think that was new, right? When Wizard got out of hand. An Amulet of Assertiveness for a cold foil. Wax on. And nothing too great. Same. Spring Tiding. We do like Spring Tiding. Only it wasn't a spec. I mean, it works well in Benji, but I think it'd be more balanced if it wasn't a spec, because in everyone else you don't have the 2 damage protection. But it is definitely a potentially insane ninja card. Okay, well, it's so much draw. Foil Gloom Veil. Definitely kind of pretty, right? Nada. Bad beats. Pulverize. So almost a playset of pulverizes as well. Cold foil is the EA Lantern. Still kind of nice. Oh, and normal foil. Feel like it needed a little bit more oomph than just one though. There'd be definitely better value in like Warrior or some of the other classes where you have a one-handed weapon. If you could run this instead of potentially 2 pieces, right, rather than 1, or just as an addition to what you already have. But I feel like 2 would have been a little bit better and not potentially just broken, especially with what we're heading into. I definitely do like the art, though. Genus. They love teasing stuff. One day it will make sense and pay off. Fire Breather. Also a nice foil. Silver. Kind of helps. 2 foils. I think equipment-wise, the average you get is 6. So since I have 4 cold foils, I guess the 2 is good enough to put in the deck box. Another recompense. Alright, last 2 packs. Wild Ride into a Scour. That's okay. And lastly, EA, but it's just a rare. Oh, and a bingo though. Only 2 Shimmers, 1 Swing Big, 2 Pulverize, 2 Aether Wildfire. I feel like we actually end up getting 3 Swarming Gloom Veil. But cold foil wise, we kind of did much better than normal. I guess that's not too bad. You know what, I feel like Monarch now, because Pocket brought it up. It's completely spaced, it just sits there, but Prism is relevant now, and obviously you want the Heralds and everything. So, yeah. We'll do some boxes of Monarch, I think. Let's obviously back up a little. So these are all M's in the pools, they're fine. Wow! In theory, yes. Guess it all depends on when I got my boxes. Where was I putting the foils? That foil? Yes. Should be around here somewhere. I suppose that's another way to think of it. Do the whole inventory in, inventory out. Well, actually no. It would be opposed to the first in, first out rule, right? Replace it with a cheaper box. I didn't get shafted. I should probably rectify that, right? But compared to what they are now. Wasn't too hard to find, although I'm just going to have a quick look-see in the other room, because I feel like I have loose ones as well. was half right-ish. Like mine was unlimited. Yeah, about 12 boxes of loose Monarch, unlimited. Oh well. Did actually find some bright lights as well. Might have a bit more oomph to us. Although, across the board, the Evos just make that a horrible set. Also have the issue of every time I open a case, heart sinks a little. Because Australia had the whole miss-packaging of cases. So technically I could have a lot more. But I think the reason I thought I had loose boxes was I ripped open a lot of them to check, right, to make sure they weren't unlimited. Because when unlimited, well, actually, when was it? It was like middle, right? Second wave Monarch, I want to say, was when, unfortunately, unlimited got put in or labeled as first edition cases. I mean, and boxes. Was it boxes as well? No, yes, it was that way. It was they were in boxes, so this is actually still bad. But the cases were correctly labeled. And unfortunately, we did have stores utilize the fact that first edition was ridiculously expensive. But we see no red, so we're happy. I will say they're Belgium, right? So I have a minor plant allergy. Coincidentally, is whatever the waxing is on the Belgian printing. So, yeah, we might only do two. We might do half the case and leave the other for next time. The Earth Lore is 76. Wow. Sorry, that's a misnomer. That Earth Lore is $8. Someone is just having a listing, unfortunately. Well, trying to, I should say. For 72. Yeah. Not gonna pan out. But, I mean, last sold was 2 days ago? 3 days ago. Oh, there we go. $8. But it's just TCG play, which also has kind of zero relevance to me anyway, because I'm in Oz. Alright, so where are the goodies? That's the question. They are middle. So, torments to start off. Oh. And also the card damage, if we can see, yeah, can you see a little speck? That's a nice little dint. We also get a mutated mass. So it goes, God. Olden days with equipment. Goes foil, equipment, rare. So it's the last 5 cards in token. Yeah, so it's the last 5 cards that we care about. Yeah, right? If I pull from the foil, yeah, okay. So, Nada, Hooves, Rise Above, a Pulping. Pulping from Monarch. God, that, I guess it makes sense because of the gore. But I don't know why, it just never sinks in that it's from Monarch. And there's also Nourishing, which I always forget is from Monarch too. So Monarch actually has good cards that we do kind of want. I think I only have 2 Nourishings. I mean, you'd never run the full playset anyway. You'd probably only run 2, cycle 1 back. Herald, Hooves, another Herald. There we go, Exude Confidence. That is a good one as well. Right? A little defense reaction. Play degraded, the defending card can't play in the combat chain. That is actually a lot stronger than what I was thinking. So if it isn't defended by a card with equal or greater, so this pumped is just complete denial for the whole chain. And 0 cost for 4. Is this played in Ninja? Have to be played in Ninja, right? They're just so much value. Even if you can't pump it, it's, you know, equipment or 2 blocks. Foil Nourishing. The most tasteful foil, right? It's just little, what is it? The hairpin, little cuff of the sleeve, or is it a teacup? It's a teacup, isn't it? No, it's not. It's part of the hairpiece as well. Then the belt and just the bottom of the robe, right? And they didn't want to do the background imagery, which I think would have looked fantastic, right? If they did all the like leaves and etchings on the little panels on the back. That would have been beautiful, but it's still nourishing. So yeah, already this box is paying dividends. I definitely want nourishing. Alright, go the foil. Perhaps Meat Axe, also a curiosity. Although I think you just take Mini Meat Axe anyway, because then you can also take the Mandible Claw, even if you want the discard draw for Rhino. Yeah, nourishing is definitely a good pull. Invert Existence. You may play Invert Existence from your banish zone. Yeah, normal shtick. Banish up 2 cards in the opposing hero's graveyard if an attack card, a non-attack action card, a banish this way, deal 2 arcane damage to that hero. That is not useful whatsoever, is it? Because it's just nothing. I mean, it's instant, which is kind of nice, but 2 cards from your opposing hero's graveyard. There's not enough graveyard return played, which I think is going to change because there's just so many value cards that you actually want back, and they're printing seemingly more graveyard cycle. Herald, nada, and a bubble. Bit upset that the bubble in Mistveil isn't anything new, right? I loved that whole little tale that the cracked bubble was getting more and more cracked with every set, and then one day it was gonna grow into something. And Mistveil could have been that moment, but nope. Oh well. Cold Foil is just an ebb and fold. Banish a card from your hand. If it's a shadow card, draw a card. I mean, Banish is not horrible, so it could be technically kind of a +1. And a Duskblade. Now we got a Crimped Duskblade, I think. I think it was from Unlimited too, weirdly. Smash. Smash with the big tree is nice in KO, right? Because it's a 2 for 5, blue. You sash, it's a 1, so it's a nice thing to add on. With no discard effect. Yeah, we can definitely get multiple. Good old days. I mean, even Everfest, obviously, you get multiple, but that was just because they released a crap ton. Open Fold is actually quite nice, that's cool. Got a box that had Footsteps and Husk. Well, we can dream. We can definitely dream. Footsteps is probably on the rise again, is it not? Thanks to Enigma. Would Enigma play Footsteps? You'd have to play Footsteps, surely. Well, actually, no, you don't have Phantasm, do you? But what booth would you even play then? Either way, Footsteps is a, in my opinion, very beautiful card. But I kind of wish they would pump the cold foil rates. Also, I'm meant to be taking the foils out, but not. Well, I find it... Feed for her makes sense, but they've done a headpiece for New as well. I mean, it's probably a headpiece for New, a chest, probably for Zen, would make most sense over what you have currently, right? Because you'd still want the Breeze Riders, you'd still want the Tiger Stripe Shuko, you'd probably just want a draw piece for the head, you know, mask or the tails, and then, yeah, probably a chest. So, feet for Enigma definitely makes sense, because I can't think of anything else strong in the slot. The thing about common cold foil is we still have a good chance of a legendary cold foil Fable. Yeah. But back on that tangent, that's what I was trying to say. I would kind of like them to pump the cold foil rates, right? So if you do get a common in new boxes, it's not just your feel bad moment. Yes, you've missed the Everfest, unfortunately. We did a case and a half. We're now on to Monarch. I should probably change it. In fact, let me just do that nice and quickly. So thank you for bringing that up. Ranking Everfest. I want it still to be the correct title for the pod. So cracking some Everfest. Then on to Monarch. Pockets live over on Twitch. You can probably see it here on the under me. Brought it up and got me itching. Especially with the relevance of Prisms. But across the board, there's probably more cards than I really think. Right? It's not like Tales where it's just dead. It's actually a great set. With some very, very wonderful art. Did I update? I can't remember if I clicked update. But Monarch was like the point for me where I said, I'm not gonna keep up with Magic anymore. Sold off the majority and then just started buying boxes. The Reverse Galaxy Black. That is, I think, what we'd like to pull. We'd also probably get rid of the Earthall Bounty. Swap it over. Do something from Monarch. What did I call it? Oh, it is. Oh, God. It's Galaxy with 2 X's and an I, not a Y. So how much is the old art nowadays? 74. Alt art, not reverse. My bad. Crossroad from Tales a few nights ago. And yeah, those are the older sets for you. But Crossroads is also a beautiful card. I do, as much as I like the gems, I think I really prefer the scenic fables, right? They're so glorious. But yeah, Monarch actually has more value than what I'm thinking about. God, you're all tempting me to actually just do the full case. Screw it, we'll do the full case. At least that way we can see if we get a legendary or not. And what legendary. Alright, we'll pick up the pace. Plus we got the Nourishing. I would kind of like a non-foil Nourishing though. Fear of the Vanguard is something I like the Shiner too. Maybe I should keep that aside. I've been meaning to build a Shiner deck. Big Enlightenment, another Ebb and Fold, Mark of the Beast, Extended Art, so that's another one we're looking for. They're all coming back. Yeah, I don't know why, right? Even though there's like more Cold Fours and more Marvels nowadays, these older sets definitely feel like they had more chase. Just because the uniqueness and the unknown side of it. Guess more than anything. Muscle, Blood Drop, nada. Oil. Alright. But I think we still did fairly well for this first box, right? With the Nourishing, the Ebb and Fold. And there's probably some commons and rares that I'm skipping over too that are probably worth something. Because usually, like the, pre 2.0 sets have a lot of proper staples for a lot of classes, or for all their classes. Dynamo and a Carrion Husk from Monarch. Footsteps and Library. I've pulled Footsteps. I've gone, unfortunately, 3 Rainbow Foil. Like, every time I've sat down to do an unlimited box, we ended up pulling a Library. I think there's 1 on the channel and 2 with my partner, but I'm yet to get a Cold Foil. So, yeah. Legendary or Fabled, we'll definitely take that. The Dynamos are a fantastic card. There's just some where the interaction just fits it so beautifully. A lot of courage. Alright. 1 down. I think fairly decent in terms of the M's. 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're right on average, 6 and 2 foils. We got an Ebb and Fold as the Cold Foil. Where did I put said Monarch box for all the bulk? Alright. Box number 2. Pulping Reds is what we're looking for. I'm guessing if we're looking for the non-foil, we're looking for the foil as well. I'll try and keep an eye out. rise above desired at all, right? Because that has a prevention effect, doesn't it? We'll read a few more cards, actually, as we go through. I remember when Monarch first came out, the old art Mark of the Beast was the shits, was it not? Has it dropped that much? Or are you saying it more so just, regardless of value, if it was shit, you'd still love it? That's probably where we're going with it. Mark of the Beast. Yeah, still $40. Yeah. I would love them, like, if they did more of the parallel. So that's where I thought they were going with Shadow, right? Because we got, what was it, Rudy's promos? Were the two big demons that you could summon. So I really thought they were really going to have, you know, it takes longer, but Shadow puts out these actual big monsters that aren't illusions, and then Illusionist does it quicker. And that sort of parallel would be kind of cool. The nice thing too is foils, though, we are pulling out, so we can easily go through them at the end. We're looking for Herald of Judgment, Valve Speeding, and... oh, no, they're separate. Alright. Thank you very much, Pockets. Good to know. Doing Aftermath. There's a Herald of Judgment. So what is Judgment? Is it a draw effect? No, it is... just put into Hero Soul, and defending hero can't play cards from the banished zone until the end of the next turn. So it's a 2 for 6. With the normal soul effect. Triumph is the minus damage, right? Minus power. That was my thinking, that, again, there are just so many staples. Like, even Warmongers is a very interesting card. And Memorial Ground. Memorial Ground is definitely an unsung one. Bind into, unfortunately, no M. Oh, almost. Brandish. Another M and Fold. You have to hit an M for the second box. Kind of usually a good sign that your cold foil is up there. Golfing Lights. Oh, there's our first one. Bolting Blade. Costs 2 less for each time you've charged this turn. Ha, God. So this has to be ridiculous now, especially with the revealed equipment coming out in the Armory deck. Just a 0 for 7 to end off your turn. It's got to be good. So, swing. Ironhide. Ironhide. Where this depends, you may pay 1 if you do gets +2 and destroy it when the combat chain closes. Yeah, so it's 1 over Iron Rot. It still destroys itself. They didn't need Frontline. Right, there's only so many ways they can recycle the generic armor. And Frontline was not it. It should have a clause, like, if you start, or it should count end... no, it shouldn't count end phases either. It should just not count the first turn, and then it would probably be useful. But it's the fact that, you know, half the time if you go first, it's really shit. In any of the slots where you just want, you know, armor. Okay. Hexagore as our first great gold foil. It's a nice, lovely looking flail. Sevenfold, we're definitely on the shadow side with that. Oh, and another Bolton card. Beacon of Victory. As additional cost, banish X cards from your soul. X can't be 0. Target gets +X. So it's a 0 cost, banish as much as you want. Give it all to something. Maybe I should potentially be looking into a charged soul combo. That decent number of Monarch boxes with 2 cold foils. Even hit one with 2 legendaries. Fingers crossed. Well, the nice thing is, right, usually if you're on one side and it's, you know, fairly high off or fairly to the bottom, the other one has a decent chance of a cold foil. From recollection, was the way to play it, because again, you know, their randomization wasn't perfect. But hopefully at least one of these boxes. Within a case, there's probably a decent chance that at least one of them. Foil, Warmonger's red. Fortunately, I wouldn't take the red in Riptide. I think I am looking for a playset of the yellows, though, to run with Murky. Gateway, Dreamweavers, Cold War Dreamweaver would also be nice. The shenanigans I have planned. Earthbind, and no M. Yeah, we're definitely light on the M's. At least it feels like it to me. We're hoping for that second cold foil. Alright, second half of the box. I do have missed boxes on order. So far, 4 cases. And sent off a lot of cards to sell. Another Inverted Existence to hopefully get some more. Because I am, despite the expansion slots, I am super excited for Mistveil. Just all 3 heroes are right up my alley. And I am... Oh, that is not the right pile. I'm fortunate enough that my magic spending has kind of netted me enough to not really ever spend on Fab. I just continuously cycle cards, basically. Sell and buy, sell and buy. Which affords me this nice, big, luxury hobby. Which I suppose you could look at it the other way. I could just be, you know, holding said money instead of putting it back in boxes. But come on, cracking boxes is fun. Got 1 case on order, I'm still collecting some of the other sets. To wait and see what the misspells look like. Yeah, it's... For a lot of people, I think the nail in the coffin was definitely the fact that the expansion slots, right, is just 40%. Mechanologist and Mechanologist itself is not really a favored class. That's what I did again. But, I mean, all 3 heroes look super fun. You can probably easily get away, though, just buying the deck, the Blitz deck, and then swapping cards out. Because there also does, unfortunately, appear to be a decent amount of just normal, limited... Oh, back. A limited chafe in the set, which makes sense, because, again, they're really taking this hard stance on focusing on boxes being super playable over super good. Tailwind from Limb, that's probably a nice pull. Draw and discard with Berserk is probably overkill. Oh, and an Erudition. That is also, I know, a decent Herald. With a super powerful draw effect on with Dominate. I do wish, though, they had the decks for sale separately as well. Because I'm not as interested in the box. Just because the playmat is not super appealing to me. They should have redone the art, in my opinion. And the storage boxes, okay. I like the idea if you could buy it and then you could store the set in it. But not necessary. And I'd rather just buy, you know, 2 copies of the Blitz deck. Without having to buy 2 boxes and 2 playmats I don't really want. Oh, look at this foiling. See now, God, you can have such fantastic foiling like this, and then you have Nourishing. Nourishing, as much as I love the card, has to be by far their most lackluster. Oh, well, that's good then. Playmats are definitely useful. Not the be-all and end-all, though. Unfortunately, looks like we're not hitting that second cold foil in this box at the very least. The other problem with Mistveil is cards that we are getting. I mean, some of them are good across the board, but a lot of them really just line up with Zen, Enigma, and Klloo rather than everyone else. As in the you know, staples of the set for the classes. Got the foil. Rouse the Ancient. If it was like zoned, rather than when you play it, I feel like Rouse the Ancients would just be super overkill in KO. Alright, so unless there's something real juicy in this pack, gonna have to say, not the best box so far. It is a Shadow of Ursa. Additional cost, it's not even a summon thing, is it? No. As additional cost, you may banish a card for blood debt. No, it is. If you do, your Shadow of Ursa gains go again. No, that's just this attack. 0 for 2. That seems horribly statted, in all honesty. Yeah, Rouse the Ancients Guardian, right? Still sees a ton of play. Just because a 7 with go again is definitely high value. Alright, we're still, you know, at least kind of due the legendary, since we're doing a case. But 2 more chances at a double box. Overload. Gallantry Gold. Destroy it. Your next weapon attack. No, your weapon attacks gain +1 this turn. So that's actually kind of nice too. I wonder if it sees any use in Klloo. Probably saw a lot of use in old Klloo. Frontline Scouts into no M. There it is, and it's right at the top of the box as well. Pulled the footsteps. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't even have a foot fetish. But they get boots just across the board. So right, like it's just the correct framing and everything, and the art, and then the scenery. Like the motion, the impact of the foot on the steps and it lining up. That is fantastic. Cool, and we also got Majestic with it. Also something to sleeve straight away. Yeah, 3rd gold foil. We're rampant. So we got a common, a Majestic, and now a legendary. So does that mean the last box has to be a Fable? Maybe? We'll definitely take the footsteps. Alright, so now we're hankering for the double. I'll stop doing that. You know what? We'll skip to the other pile instead. Just because if there's a double cold foil in here, it's probably in there. Well, not yet. Also, flip it over. We'll do them from the underside. Yeah, let's see how lucky we can be. Secret Horizon into a Tome of Divinity. Do like all the Tome cards. I mean, a 4 for 3. Does it see play? I feel like it should see play. The new Mistveil Tome is definitely going to see play, and that's limited at 1 copy. My Monarch boxes are very old, let's see, US was, God. Well, it depends. Average probably sits at probably 160 to 180 Australian. So that would be, you know, kind of too high. That's average though. The cases I have, I was lucky enough to pick them up right when, you know, everyone was really fed up with Monarch and just trying to offload them because they were just toxic, bad boxes, and the game as a whole was on a heavy decline. So those I managed to get at a quite nice rate of about, what was it? Was for a case. Alright, I always want to talk in US because it's the easiest. Pretty sure I have them written down anyway because I try to keep track of inventory. Let's see if I have the Excel. So they should work out to about $75 in US from recollection. So yeah, it was 110 a box, so the case was $440 Australian. So you could probably get them overall cheaper now, but you know, overall I'm probably happy. But yeah, across all the boxes I have, I'd put it, you know, safely at probably, fortunately, 110-ish. Because I did buy a lot. But again, I'm not super upset because, well, I mean, in some retrospect, I should be probably. I sold off a lot of old Magic to buy it. So in that sense, I can't be, you know, again, angry. It's not like it was out of pocket, which is always nice. Another Bolting Blade is also fantastic. But yeah, I did get a nice deal to even out things. That's the best way to put it. To try and even things out. So, unfortunately, we're not hitting the cold foil again, it looks like. I mean, especially at the time, 110 Australian was definitely insane, and was something that I couldn't pass up. So I remember when cases were $600 to $800, right, at release. And yes, I did buy one or two of them to open. Also, I remember, God, most greedy moment, running around to, so we have a few different branches. We have Games World, which were stocking them, but they were stocking them at the recommended price. So that was 120, which again, when it was 600 a case versus 120 a box at release, I just went to a few different stores, bought a few. Unfortunately, did not have much. Like, stores barely had a case, as in they like ordered one case. And apparently, a few stores, there was another person doing as well who beat me to it. It's definitely, I'm not going to say recovered. Oh, another Nourishing too. But it has, you know, healed. Healed from its release, unfortunately. Oh, foil is Zealous, but not red. Let's see. Pooling wise, we've done 2 eyes from Arcane. No shard or heart though. We did get 2 Cheyennas, if you want to compare it. Because I do like Cheyenne. For Monarch, we've gone 2 Rainbow Foil libraries. I think it's 2 on the channel, 1 from me in my own personal life. Dynasty, fortunate to grab the what's it called? Command and Conquer, right? Never got a cog, never got a deathmatch, never got a Light of Soul. But yeah, fairly decent. Got a few, was it Plague Hives as well? Not a cold foil though. So a mixed bag. Mutated Mass. Twice the number of cards in your pitch zone with different costs. Ugh. Sounds interesting, but also sounds probably hard to do anything with. Oh, and another Herald. But either way, this has definitely been a good box. Yeah, so that's another unfortunate story. I have like 12 boxes of unlimited loose as well, not even cases for the legendary pull rates. But they were like 50-50. One, they were in... Did again. They were in the first edition boxes. So there was that mishap. God, I've really stuffed up the foils. Anything in this? No. So Unlimited here in Oz got hit with, fortunately, being packaged in first edition boxes, right? So the right thing to do is check them. I had to open a bunch of cases to make sure that, you know, they weren't in the first edition. I mean, on the case it does say, but it would just be a long-term nightmare in my opinion. So I did break them up, some of them, and then yeah, I did buy a bit. Also, I think Twitch has died on me because I can just see that the chat box in Streamlabs versus the chat box on stream is definitely different. Let's see if it updates. So if I've missed anything, my apologies. Especially since it is, you know, a small stream. I like chatting. Yeah, there we are. Pocket. I think Twitch was broken. Alright, so not two cold foils, but legendary nonetheless. Now, if you want to say, if you want to go into really bad territory, and the reason we have had so much Everfest open is I did buy way too much of that, and I did buy way too much of Tails as well. But one day we'll get the second Aria set, and we can do, you know, a multitude of cases for Tails. There we go. Yeah. No worries, Sean. Ooh, 3 in the morning. Thanks for dropping in, though, and chatting. It's always a pleasure. Technically, I am English as well. But it sounds like, wow, weird. But dual citizenship through my mum. Fun fact. Unfortunately, does not have the perks anymore because you guys decided to leave the Union. Yeah, £200 sounds really good. Everfest. I do think, despite all the, you know, the huge print run, it is, what am I trying to say? It is definitely been exhausted. There's so many people open Everfest because there are really good pulls from it. That is, I don't mind, you know, leaving your choice to leave the EU for political reasons or anything like that. What I hate is, you know, having no longer a free pass to travel. Especially as a freebie, as just Australian. Because you also, so you rectified the law as well for me to claim dual citizenship, which I suppose was the smartest thing I did in my youth, right? So it was, you had, if your parent was born before blah, 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 you have until blah, blah, blah to claim your citizenship, basically. One more box, and then that's the case done. Australia is very hot. Yes, I concur. But that's where my other heritage comes into it. Because as white as I am, not white. Well, technically, again. I love my technicalities. Alright. Can we get anything for this last box? Another legendary Fable definitely would be a highlight. But if not, you know, again, I'm still going to say, overall, been a good case. Rally, Sonata. Illuminate, also a beautiful card. Oh, there's the cold one. There's our dud. It's an Ironhide Gauntlet, unfortunately. Oh well, you can't win them all. But an Arclight Sentinel, so that is definitely a good M. Warmongers. Half of the pound into no M. But again, there is the upside, or the chance, right? It was pretty high on the left side. So it could be another cold foil, pretty low. Oh, there we go. That's going to be good. Right? Let's see. How much is the EA Erudition? Bloody hell. Really? It sees that much play? I mean, Fable or not, this does it. That needs a sleeve. Oh, and a Phantasmaclasm. I knew it was going to be something, but God, it's like the mask in Dynasty all over again. Alright, well, yep, it was definitely worth opening in this case. The Fable would just be overkill now. I'd be too lucky to pull the Fable. And that's why it's going to happen. Stony. Nada. Deep-Rooted Evil. I think that's one of the bad M's, is it not? The 6 more is put into your bank zone, you may play Deep-Rooted Evil, it's just a 3 for 6, yeah. It's just so generic for a Majestic. Warmongers into nothing. Alright, so first half done. It's nasty. Followed by nada. I really wish they, even though they were promos, right, but the promo clause doesn't really matter for Rainbow Foils. I wish in Dust Till Dawn the EAs were foiled, or both. Make them so much more impactful. Alright, another Sentinel. Alright, I'm curious now. Because Sentinel's got to be up there as well. Probably, maybe not, looking at it. I feel like it's just such good deck tech. Yeah, no. I overestimate Sentinel, apparently. Just a dollar Majestic. It's the ultimate FU card. For a lot of big combos or payoffs. Big Horizon. No M. Oh, only a few packs to go. Foil Bolting Blade. This has to be speculated on too. Maybe not yet, but once the Armory deck comes out. Because you've got the new headpiece to charge. Well, I suppose you can't play it then. That's the other curiosity, because you can't defend. Actually, I am overthinking it, aren't I? Yeah. Just seems like such good value. Into Tome of Torment. I don't know why it's not instant, right? This just doesn't work. If it wasn't instant. Otherwise, it would be, you know, the best value card you could banish. Glisten and a Battlefield Blitz. 6 to go? 6 to go. What can we get? Glisten. And then nothing. Herald. Soul Reaping. Which is so weird. And not being a Majestic, but feeling like a Majestic, and obviously the Legendary tag. You definitely tell, like, cards with that, where they're getting their rhythm, and they don't quite know, you know, are they using rarity just for pulls, are they using it for value, or are they using it for power level? Little into a Sonata. Is a nice looking card. Alright. Last 3. Do we hit another cold foil is the big question. Another red Memorial Ground. And nothing else. I mean, library or not, we still can't be too upset. The bubble. Is there bubble luck? There is not. Alright. Lucky last, irrespective. Again, the Herald is more than enough. Look how much that's gone up. And the EAs are significantly rare. Alright. Not a cold foil. Fortunately. It is a Dreamweaver, Fantasy Spy, and Nem. Illuminar's Ascension. So, again, not bad. Definitely take the L and the EA. Lionhide, meh. But yeah, that is probably definitely good enough, right? What is it? Is Phantasm still the number 1 L, or as Dynamo and Carrion Husk? No, Dynamo has eclipsed it. That's fine. But yeah. Beautiful. I mean, yeah, all the Ls that you hit are just fantastic in Monarch. Even Vestige of Soul, as little use as it gets, is still, in my opinion, a good card. Unlimited Footsteps. They like the Rainbow Foil more? That's interesting. Oh no, in Unlimited Footsteps is more. Oh, it'd be the same response. They like the Rainbow Foil more, which I guess I can see, right? Cold Foil for metallic equipment, wonderful. Rainbow Foil for everything else. Like the Radiant set from Dusk Till Dawn. I would really love to see that in Rainbow Foil. But yeah, I can see that. Also, annoyingly, I can now see that YouTube has popped up on the stream. But Twitch is not. Fun. Where's projector mode so I can actually read it? What did I miss? Doomsday is not great. Is Doomsday a legendary? Oh, it is too. Right, there was a non-equipment legendary. Other than that, what else have I missed? Gold arts in Monarch are very hard to pull. Yes, yes, they definitely are. Anything else? Yeah, you've pulled the Doomsday. Alright, so I can have one, but not the other, apparently. So whoever talks first gets Streamlabs priority, seems like. But at least they pop up on stream, so I can read it there. Alright, well. I think it was an okay Everfest. Again, we hit cards we were looking for. But nothing super huge. And then, yeah. These two pulls definitely made the Monarch worthwhile. Alright, Sean. I'm heading to lunch. That'll do me. Nice, just casual day. Open boxes. What more can you ask for? So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Pockets and Sean, and whoever else is hanging around in the background. Anyone watching post? On that, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, or night. Or, I guess, early morning. See you around.